Hello and welcome to Tagol Pechu. This is the weekly roundup of news from our channel. The global epicenter of the coronavirus shifts to the US. The US authorities estimate that their diagnostic test kits will be ready by May. Johns Hopkins University has estimated that over the past 24 hours, US cases had increased by around 5.6%. This is a slowdown from the average daily pace that the US saw over the past week of 8.8%. However, deaths rose nationwide by 10% as of midday Saturday to reach 20,600. US officials have a ballpark for May reopening, while New York officials are at odds over the closure of schools. Moving to Italy, one of the countries worst hit by the coronavirus. The infection rate has slowed down since April began, and after weeks of struggling with a surge of patients in critical condition, health facilities are experiencing some relief. A week ago, there were 4,068 people being treated in intensive care units, but by Friday, that number had dropped to 3,497. Italy has extended its lockdown until May 3 to stem the tide of new corona infections, Prime Minister Giuseppe Conte announced on Friday. Italy currently has a total of 152,271 cases with a total of 19,468 deaths. And on to Canada. Canadian lawmakers approved a bill to subsidize wages by 75% in a bid to stabilize the economy as Prime Minister Justin Trudeau called the coronavirus his generation's greatest challenge yet. The flagship $52 billion program is more than one quarter of Canada's emergency fiscal plan to date as government seeks to stem a huge wave of layoffs. Air Canada, among the companies that plan to use the program for 36,000 Canadian employees, nearly half of whom are furloughed. Canada currently has 23,318 cases with 653 deaths. The United Kingdom has reported 78,991 cases with 9,875 deaths. Prime Minister Boris Johnson has recovered significantly since he was diagnosed with the virus and has said that he owes his life to the NHS staff. UK is giving £65 million to the World Health Organization to tackle the pandemic as a part of a broader package, days after Donald Trump threatened to pull the US funding from the organization. The funding, the UK Department of International Development hopes, will prevent the virus from spreading in developing countries and sparking a second rise of infections in the UK. The new measures take the amount of UK aid to tackle the virus to £744 million. The Tokyo Shimbun reported that Japan plans to include private business owners and freelancers in its subsidy program for covering the hiring of babysitters from this month as nursery and elementary schools remain closed in many areas. Japan has reported a total of 6,748 cases and 108 deaths. Singapore, cautious of a second wave of coronavirus patients, will impose fines on people flouting social distancing rules, while those who aren't wearing masks may be barred from entering some premises that provide essential services. The government has closed beaches and some parts of parks and nature reserves, saying tougher measures are necessary. Singapore has reported a total of 2,299 cases and 8 deaths. Meanwhile, China is experiencing new waves of the coronavirus with 99 new cases, of which 97 were imported. Among those, 51 were Chinese nationals on a flight from Russia who tested positive after landing in Shanghai. Russia is emerging as a new source of infections for China, with Heilong province in the northeast reporting more than 100 imported from neighboring country this month. Back home in India, plans to extend the lockdown till April 30 are on the cards. The Prime Minister is to announce the same today or tomorrow. The Indian Hotels Company, which runs the Taj Properties chain, on Saturday said an unspecified number of its employees in the financial capital have tested positive for coronavirus. Maharashtra Police has registered 15 cases against at least 156 foreign nationals who attended the Tablighi Jamaat gathering in Delhi for violation of Foreigners Act during lockdown, an official claimed on Saturday. India has reported a total of 8,504 cases and 289 deaths. Thank you for listening. This again is the weekly roundup from Thagaval Pechu. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe if you found this video useful.